RAM transmission has been at the cardiac of scientific fictitious for many decades, but he's proper more than love scientific reality. A crew effectively grafted memories by transmitting a shape of gene data named RNA of one cochlea in else. The snails were learned to evolve a defense response. While the RNA was plugged in, snails how had not subjected the trial, they behaved fair as if they had been sensitized. The study, published in the magazine eNeuro, could ensure new clues in the searching for the natural base of RAM. RNA stands for ribonucleic acidity. He's a big molecular implicated in different significant roles during biologic organisms, consisting the gathering of protein food and the way how genes are pronounced more than usually. The scientists gave soft electrical jolt to the tail coat of a kind of sea cochlea named Aplysia caulifootnica. Following these jolt were managed the cochlea's defense departure reflection, wherever the snail's agreement in procedure to defend themselves of damage. While the researchers later revealed the snails, they found such how had been taking into account the jolt displayed a defense reduction steady on 50 seconds, time such how had not acquired the jolt contracted for just on one other. The stunned snails had been sensitized to the incentive. Scientists recovered RNA of the nerve system of the snails how acquired the jolt and injected it in a little quantity of sea snails how had not been sensitized in the path. The non-sensitized snails injected in the RNA of the stunned animals behaved as if they had themselves acquired the plume jolt, display a defense reduction of on 40 seconds. They saw such impact while they did the identical item to touch nervous system cells creature investigated in petri dishes. Professor David Glanzman, one of the authors, of the College of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, told the outcome was as although we passed the RAM. He as well tells how the snails did not get wound. These are sea snails, and while they are worried they produce a nice crimson ink to conceal themselves of predators. So these snails are worried and produce toner, but they aren't constructively corrupt by the jolt, he told. Historically, length-term memories were mined to be saved at the marrow synapses, the junctions among nervous system cells. Every neuron has several thousand synapses. But Professor Glanzman told, if memories were saved at synapses, down there is no way our experimental would include treated. The UCLA prof of integration biological holds a various type, religious how memories are saved in the nuclei of neurons. The document might supporting hints of teaching carried out many decades ago how RNA was implicated in RAM. The kind of RNA pertinent to these received information is believed to govern a kind functions in the cage implicated in the growth and illness. The researchers told how the cells and molecule processes in the sea snails are such to such in humans, in spite the reality how the cochlea has on 20,000 neurons in its center nerve framework and humans are mined to include on 100 trillion. The researchers see the outcome as a move to alleviating the effects of diseases such as Alzheimer's or position trauma distress disturbance, post-traumatic stress disorder. While requested if the trial would be favorable to the replant of memories laid downward via lifetime experiences, Professor Glanzman was vague, but he pronounced hopefulness how the more insight of RAM store would conduct to a more prospect to investigate various aspects of RAM.